Everyone, welcome back, Machi here. Welcome back to another episode of Team Building. And in this episode we are gonna look at this very weird looking team at first glance. It does look like a little bit of a weird team, but this team actually has quite a lot of synergies going on. And it's a very well balanced team, in the sense that it is a team that provides good damage and good protection at the same time. So it's not a purely offensive team and it's not a purely defensive team. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. Now there are variations of this team that you could do in different ways, bringing it to a more offensive or defensive style. The main part of this team is Gao. This is a team built around Gao. So Gao, of course, is a counter-centric character. We want to use Gao mostly on AoE fights. 2 targets is fine, 3 targets is amazing for Gao. And the goal of this team is to have Gao, to empower Gao to do very good counters, very good counter damage, while still having good enough heals and protection for the whole team. So, briefly speaking of what this team does before we dive into our chaos fight for our showcase here. So, like I said, Gao is our centerpiece for this whole thing. If we want Gao to hit hard, Sazh is a very good pair with him. Gao can use very well all the buffs that Sazh gives him. Gao can imperil his own element, but only with his EX, and we cannot enchant him in any other way because he has earth damage on all of his skills. It's fully earth based. So Sazh is a great offensive support while still providing a good bunch of damage himself. And then we have Warrior of Light. Warrior of Light, of course, provides much less damage, but a lot of protection. And Gao and Warrior of Light together have a very cool synergy going on. Gao, of course, when countering with Cat Scratch, is always prone to get broken. It is one of the kind of downsides of Gao, getting broken all the time because of all the counters that you do, which can bring your score down quite a bit if you're not careful. Warrior of Light denies that, because with the shield on of Warrior of Light, Gao can freely counter every time and still have the shield to have some protection with him. So Warrior of Light gives that, and also gives us a little bit of healing, which is very much always appreciated. Gao can also heal himself, as we know. So this is how this is gonna work. We have Sazh to empower Gao. Gao will counter and will not get broken back by the enemies thanks to the Warrior of Light shield. This is our main synergy going on here. We are doing the Afmau Chaos Lost Chatter fight because we have 3 targets here in the second wave, so we can show better this power. But keep in mind that this is the balanced version of this team. What I mean by that is we could do a more offensive version or a more defensive version, depending on what you want to do. For example, if we want Gao to really hit incredibly hard with his counters on a triple target fight, we could take out Warrior of Light here and slot in, for example, a Waka or a Freya, and have even more overflow for Gao and more attack buffs and all of that. If we wanted a more defensive composition, but maybe have more EX ready for Gao, we could slot here, or more regen or more shields with Warrior of Light. We could take out Sazh and slot in a Selfie, a Lenna, stuff like that. So you get the idea. We're gonna use Brothers because we can totally make good use of all that Max Brave and of course the Earth Imperil. We're gonna try to pair up the Summoning of Brothers with the Earth Imperil of Gao, of course. So let's go. We start with the first wave here. Let's just let's just start by debuffing them. We're gonna get broken right now because we don't have the shield, but that's totally fine. And then we'll start countering. Alright. Warrior of Light. Shield ups. And let's go. Alright, so right now we have 2 targets. I think we will counter for about, let's see, we are at 0 bravery right now. We are countering for almost 40k already with only 2 targets. With the current amount of overflow that we have, I think that on 3 targets we will hit between 50k or 60k each counter, which is every turn with Gao. If you have even more overflow, you can go up to like 60, between 60 and 70k, I think, if you want to run the more offensive version of this team. So now, let's just deal with this first wave. On this first wave, they can do some annoying stuff, like the bad breath from the Marlboro. Of course, we don't want them to miss because we can't counter if they miss. Of course, like I said, if we want to use this team on multiple targets, which means that our main stance with Gao will be the cat stretch stance. But in this fight, we will have the chance to show the single target battery focused part 2, probably. I think we can be we can kind of use shields pretty freely here with Warrior of Light, I think, because of course they are targeting him, and we don't have any like buffs to empower our shield more, so we will eventually run out of kind of shield very fast. Like I said, this is not the fully defensive composition. Alright, very nice. Let's use a attack boost. Okay, B. Okay, they are going to do the Marlboro breath, the bad breath, so that's gonna be annoying, but we can override it with Sazh, likely. Before using the EX here, we do need our shield up. We had debuff evasion on Warrior of Light here, which is very nice. Alright. We buffed back. Of course, with Sazh we also increase the duration of the shield for 1 more turn, which can be useful if we are not taunting constantly with Warrior of Light, that is. And we don't need to taunt constantly with Warrior of Light with this team because Gao will counter no matter what, but the taunt is always useful to kind of redirect attacks, of course. In this case, I'm gonna keep Beast Raid for the second wave right away. We don't need to use it right here, honestly. Shining Wave, let's do it. Perfect. Alright. Now we get to the boss wave. And here we have 3 targets. The little minions will eventually die, probably, but they will respawn back. For now, let's start by debuffing the main boss here. This raid, this one will do a lot of damage. Because it's 3 target, of course. We ran out of counters with Gao here. We need to refresh that one. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but it's totally fine. Okay, let's go back to cat scratching. this will do basically nothing because we have the shields, of course. Warrior of Light always provides good protection. Like I said, we are doing, as you see right here, we are starting to do a lot of damage on each counter, because with 3 targets, each counter will hit quite hard. Let's refresh our Lightning Shield. Of course, Lightning Shield also batteries a little bit, which also empowers the eventually, you know, the next counter of Gao too. We are at 0 bravery right now, and we are countering for 57k max brave each turn, and that is a lot. That is a lot, and like I said, this is not even the more offensive version of this type of team that we maybe could see on another episode. That is the max that we can do, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Alright, let's use one attack boost. And one aim with Sazh. We have Shining Wave. Yeah, why not? Let's use Shining Wave too. Okay, that is a little bit annoying. The defense down is definitely not good on Warrior of Light there. We are not gonna refresh that immediately. We're gonna use Cold Blood first. Alright. Let's use one more Throw Buckler as well, to avoid more debuffs there. Alright. They are back in good health now, the little ads that is. We need to debuff them again, because right now they are a little bit more tanky than before, as you can see. We are still hitting pretty darn hard too. And we can also just HP plus here. And aim. Alright, we have Beast Raid. I think this is a good time to summon as well, because we want to summon when we have 3 targets to maximize our Beast Raid damage here, and we can put the Earth Imperial too. So let's do that. Could have waited a little bit more to activate the AAs of our Sazh and Warrior of Light too, but it's fine. We can do max damage on that EX. We can use Cold Blood here for weak damage with brothers, so that's gonna hit hard too. We can refresh our shields. And we do a nice little summon here. Yeah, Shining Wave. Now the little ads are almost dead here, and they're not gonna respawn for a little while, which means it's time to use Life Shaver. So with Life Shaver, we will have a lot of battery, but more single target damage as well. So let's see how that one works here. I'm gonna use also all advance here, have a little bit more overflow, and boost everyone. I guess one more Cold Blood. Now, this boss here can do a very nasty Bravery plus HP attack move called Assault Combo, I believe. That one can be very scary. With Warrior of Light, we should be able to avoid that because we have the shield. So, like I said, this is the more kind of balanced version. Good attack and good offense. So we should be totally safe from that one too, which is very nice. We can put a few more debuffs there, and we can also use one of these. And they shoot plus. Alright, Gao, yeah, beast raid again. For now we are in single target, we don't need to cast scratch. We could probably spam Life Shaver here if you want to until the end of the fight, probably. Let's use one aim. And more shields to everyone. Very good. That did nothing, and we healed back up already, since Gao can do that too. One more attack boost. And a single target cold blood, which shouldn't hurt. We have Shining Wave too. I'm gonna wait a little bit on that one and refresh our debuff evasion here with Warrior of Light. Because it's gonna do that. That move can debuff, and we avoided that. One more Life Shaver just for more single target damage. And now we can Shining Wave. This is the move that I was talking about. If you get broken here, it's probably a one-shot because we have Warrior of Light here giving us a lot of protections. We are totally fine here. Perfect. He's gonna do an all attack and then go back and respawn the minions. But we're almost done here. We have Beast Raid 2, which we could keep for when he has 3 targets here. He's gonna buff again. Let's just HP plus, just to remove some buffs, and we can be straight. Perfect. All right. So I hope you guys had a good showcase of what this team is all about. Like I said, this is the more like balanced version. We can maybe showcase a different version of this team because I really like playing with Gao and building around Gao. I think it's a really fun character to play around. And yeah, I hope you saw the power of this combination here. We got only 3 breaks taken when usually with Gao you take 10 plus breaks every fight, right? So with this, with Warrior of Light, Gao can freely counter and still do good damage with Sazh here while staying safe. Of course, having a lot of breaks brings down your score quite a lot. Here we got max score. We dealt it in a very good amount of turns. And this is because this is a good fight for to showcase this type of composition. Of course, like I said, it's better to do on a triple target fight for Gao, or even a 2 target fight, but lately all the Chaos fights resisted Gao in some way or another, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But this is a good showcase, I think, to see what this team is capable of. So let me know what you think of it in the comments down below, and see you guys in the next videos.